you have to learn to hate fear, to recognize it and banish it.
Who is Isaac Hunja?
So Isaac Hunja is a Chief Marketing Officer and co-founder of Sky.Garden. Sky.Garden, just to give you the elevator pitch, is a SaaS-based e-commerce platform. That's a software as a service. And we like to think of ourselves as a technology rather than just an e-commerce marketplace.
Okay.
And what we did is we built a platform that anyone can use, from small businesses all the way to big brands, for them to have their own web shop environment with their products and have full control of their stock points and their pricing and their promotions and the variations and everything, and drive traffic to those web shops like they would on their own websites. But the beauty of it is we did a lot of research before we wrote our line of code, and we saw one of the biggest issues these guys had is delivery and payments. Everyone has the border guy that they somewhat kind of trust, but are not sure would get the product there or get it on time, deliver it on time, and how do they accept payments, all of that jazz. We handle that on behalf of the sellers.
Okay.
We have about 5,000 sellers on the platform now. We went live a year ago, and we sell across the country, and we have big plans. This is just the beginning.
Well, my next question is a bit of a wild card. I want to know, both personally and for Sky.Garden, where do you see yourself in the next 20 years?
Wow, so I think I'll start with Sky.Garden. In 20 years, I see Sky.Garden expanding businesses across Africa. And that's our dream, to have over 1 million sellers, individual sellers across Africa using our platform. And that, if you just think about the amount of opportunity and impact and jobs it can create for everyone, from people selling to the riders delivering. It's something that I really want to see to fruition. And maybe Sky.Garden will be owned by like a huge, Facebook will just show up and say, hey, come on board. And in terms of me, I really enjoyed creating relationships in business and in life. I like to see 2, 3, 4 things come together and work towards a common goal. So that's what I see for my career, and that's I do intend in changing the world in one way or another. I don't know how yet, but it'll be along those lines.
It's awesome, as long as the intention is there. I think, like you said, you'll just kind of find your way.
Exactly.
There. That's amazing, dude. Can you walk me through a day in the life of Isaac Hunja? And then, of course, once you're at work, once you're at job, what does a day usually consist of?
So I get up quite early. I am up by 4:30, and by 5:15 I'm in the gym, and I do a CrossFit session for about an hour and a half. And I go back home and I have the same breakfast every single morning.
What's that? What's your breakfast? 1 cup
of oats and 3 eggs. Every single morning, and black coffee. And then I walk to work, and 9 a.m. meeting with probably the sales team, getting all the feedback from the field, speaking with sellers, new potential partnerships, and we discuss it for about an hour. Jump into a tech meeting with the tech team. We have 5 guys in the tech team, fantastic guys, and we see what has been done. How many bugs do we have on the platform? What can we do to fix them? And look at new features. And we have a UX designer that does amazing work, and they work together to develop the new features day by day. And then I have about 2 or 3 hours to myself, and that's when I knock out a few emails, knock out a few tasks, and then probably have a call with some of the guys that we have in Denmark, just to figure out whatever the buzz of the week is right now. And then I tend not to work late. I know it's weird for someone in a startup not to work late, but if I haven't done what I need to do before 6 p.m., then it wasn't worth it in the first place.
I get you.
Yeah.
That's amazing because it means you have very focused days.
Yeah.
It's like goal-driven days.
Exactly.
Instead of just like hanging about, being like, well, maybe something will come of this.
Maybe something will come of this.
I like that, man.
Yeah.
You mentioned bugs, which I don't know much about because my knowledge on any sort of software development.
I mean, a bug is just, if it's meant to do this and it's not doing it, that's a bug.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of the other challenges you've had to like overcome in your business and personal? So we're going to keep on going back and forth with that.
So, I mean, we had millions of challenges with building Sky.Garden. The main one is just being consistent in the effort that you put in every single day. With all the challenges that hit you, some hit you really hard, and you question whether this thing will actually happen. So before we had our first customer, man, we had some really like character building days. Right. We're in a very competitive market. Okay. So one challenge I can just focus on is dealing with so you're like competitor A, so you're like competitor B, and trying to differentiate ourselves from all of that mess, and trying to compare Sky.Garden today to Sky.Garden yesterday, rather than comparing ourselves to the other people in the market. That's something that I have had to really teach myself, and as a leader in the team, I've had to really just infuse into everyone's like mindset. Right. So in conversation, the moment you mention a competitor and say they're doing this and we're not, I stop you, and it's a teaching moment. I get you. But we never did this before, and now we're doing it. Focus on that rather than what someone else is doing. So that's how we would overcome that. And personally for you? I think one of the biggest things I had to deal with was losing a big job. And a job that I put all my eggs in that basket. Right. And it took me a long time to get over it. Number one, finding a new job, and then mentally moving past that. Right. And actually understanding that loss did not define me yet. I mean, I have, God willing, 60 more years to live, and in 5, that moment won't really matter. Constantly just keep on moving forward, one step at a time. Moving forward. Yeah. I love it, dude. I would imagine that just like as a founder, as an entrepreneur firstly, as a co-founder of Sky.Garden, there are just many times when you're probably faced with fear, like kind of like, should I act, should I not, doubt, self-doubt and stuff. Yeah. So what are some of like the life hacks that you've picked up along the way that have helped you deal with fear whenever fear is just like right at your in your face and you're like no. Yeah. So I listen to a lot of motivational talks, like even just the really cheesy ones. Yeah. Like you can do it video compilation on YouTube, and I've picked up a lot from those, and you have to learn to hate fear. To hate fear? To hate fear. Hate fear, okay. To recognize it and banish it. And that's like the hardest thing in the world. It's knowing that this is a transitionary moment in my life. And that's why the fear exists. Right. And knowing that at the end of that fear is growth or greatness or success or whatever it may be. Especially this year, I have my hack to conquer fear is to focus on the other side of it. That's it. Love. Is it love? Love, fear, maybe? Love, fear, I guess. Kinda? Yeah. I just know that this feeling exists for a reason. It's because what is on the way, whatever God has planned for me, is monumental. Yeah. And good things don't come easy. That's right. Yeah. They never do. Well, that's awesome. On the flip side of that, what are some of the best moments that you've experienced, like memorable moments, just being on the job? Yeah. Or just moments that really stood out to you? I think one of the best moments is one that keeps recurring. Yeah. And is just the amount of love that the team has for Sky.Garden. Right. It's not, as I mentioned, it's not easy being in a startup. There are all these challenges every day, but the commitment that has been built within the team, I can't remember the first time I recognized it, but that moment was the best moment for me. That's awesome. When I could feel ownership, when I could feel everyone is putting like their best foot forward, and they understand that we're in this for the long haul. That's the best moment. But as I mentioned, it just keeps recurring. Every meeting, every conversation, every laughing moment is we just keep recognizing, like, dude, we've created something great.
That's awesome. What does success look like to you? And kind of what happens when you meet that version of it? Because it's like we keep on setting different goals for ourselves. As it's like fitness goals, business goals, you know. So what does success look like? And then what happens after that? After you fika? So there's a statement that I heard and really hit me hard was success without fulfillment is nothing. And that's like one of my biggest fears, is reaching for something and then it's just dust. So success for me is fulfillment. I've been asked that question many times and I always give a different answer, but it all boils down to I don't know what will fulfill me like wholly yet. I know I want to support my family. I know I want to make my mom extremely proud. I know I want to have huge impact on people that don't have the same opportunities that I have. I know I want to exist for a reason. I know that when I die, people should speak about me, not just for how much money I made or how many cars I drove, but for something positive I did for the world. I still don't know what, like the nitty-gritties of what that might be. I get you.
But yeah, I'm just chasing fulfillment.
That's amazing. And again, I resonate with that as well, because kind of the industry that I've been in, many times over you just have to ask yourself, man, what am I doing this for, at the end of it, because everybody kind of just wants a piece of you, kind of thing. So you have to really come back to like, okay, this is what I want, and I feel good about it every time I come home, or if I get a check, it's not just like another check. It's like, dude, I'm growing towards something. If you could summarize your life in one sentence, how would it read? If there's a particular quote, something you live by?
The best views come after the hardest climb.
I never heard that one before.
And that's a statement I live by, and it can apply to so many situations in your life. It can apply to getting out of bed. Can apply to a deadlift. Can apply to a really hard task at work. Relationships, struggles within relationships. And that's how I see my life. I can literally look back and see every single challenge that I've had in my life, and I use them like breadcrumbs. I join the dots, and it defines the man I am today. So I don't take any single challenge for granted, any single failure for granted. I know it's building something. It's another block. It's a much bigger block than any success will ever give me.
Solid. That's very solid. Thanks, Isaac.
Thank you.
Cheers, bro.